Every year, 3 billion surprise eggs are sold worldwide. These irresistible chocolate eggs contain a hidden surprise inside. But how are they made? Let's take a look inside the Ferrero factory to see how one of the world's most popular treats is produced. Kinder Surprise was created in 1974 by Michele Ferrero, founder of the Italian company Ferrero. Inspired by Italy's Easter tradition of hiding surprises in chocolate eggs, he wanted to bring that magic to children all year round. To achieve this, Ferrero combined its chocolate-making expertise with a unique idea, placing a small toy inside a chocolate egg. The result was Kinder Surprise, a treat loved by both children and adults. The process of making Kinder Surprise starts with selecting high-quality ingredients. Cocoa beans are sourced from tropical regions, mainly in West Africa, such as the Ivory Coast. Farmers harvest ripe cocoa pods by hand, extract the beans, and leave them to ferment for 7 days. This fermentation process develops the flavors characteristic of cocoa. The beans are then sun-dried for 10 days, reducing moisture for easier storage and transport. Once dried, they are sent to factories where they are carefully cleaned to remove impurities like dust and stones before being stored under controlled conditions. The milk used comes from dairy farms that meet strict quality and sustainability standards. Sugar is extracted from sugarcane grown in tropical climates. The cane stalks are crushed to release the juice, which is then filtered, purified, and crystallized to produce refined sugar. Once all the ingredients arrive at the factory, the chocolate production process begins. During cocoa bean processing, cocoa paste is extracted. This paste is then pressed to separate its two main components: cocoa butter, a natural fat that gives chocolate its creamy texture, and cocoa powder used to enhance the chocolate's flavor and color. The cocoa butter is filtered and purified to remove impurities. Once the cocoa butter is obtained, it is mixed with other key ingredients: powdered milk, sugar, and soy lecithin. These ingredients are carefully weighed and combined in precise proportions to create the two signature layers of a Kinder Surprise egg. The outer layer of milk chocolate, which balances cocoa and sweetness, and the inner layer of white chocolate, which has a creamier and sweeter taste. The ingredients are mixed in large, rotating containers at controlled temperatures to ensure a smooth, even blend. The mixture then passes through steel rollers that compress and refine the solid particles to microscopic sizes, typically less than 20 microns. This step is crucial for giving the chocolate a silky and non-gritty texture. A key stage in producing high-quality chocolate is conching. This process takes place in large machines called conches, where the chocolate mixture is continuously stirred under heat. Conching helps remove bitter and volatile compounds, resulting in a smoother, well-balanced flavor. The chocolate develops a smooth and creamy consistency before undergoing tempering, a controlled heating and cooling process that stabilizes the cocoa butter crystals. This step is essential for achieving a glossy finish and a firm texture that resists melting. Once tempered, the chocolate is stored in tanks at 30 degrees Celsius to maintain its fluidity and quality. It is continuously stirred to prevent lumps, while temperature and viscosity are carefully monitored to ensure it is ready for the next stage. The result is high-quality chocolate, prepared for molding into the signature Kinder Surprise egg shape. The plastic molds used to shape the eggs are thoroughly cleaned and sterilized to ensure hygiene and prevent contamination. They are slightly preheated to help the chocolate flow and adhere properly. The egg-forming process begins with tempered milk chocolate being poured into the molds through dosing nozzles. The molds are then placed in a rotary machine, which spins them in multiple directions to ensure the chocolate evenly coats the interior, forming a thin and uniform layer. Next, the molds travel along a conveyor belt to a refrigerated tunnel where the chocolate is cooled to a precise temperature. This allows the outer milk chocolate layer to harden just enough to support the next step. Once the milk chocolate has solidified, a thinner layer of white chocolate is poured into the molds. The molds are rotated again to ensure even coverage inside the existing milk chocolate layer. Each yellow plastic capsule, which contains the surprise toy, is manufactured and assembled on a separate production line. The toys are carefully inserted, and the capsules undergo strict safety checks. The capsules are then automatically placed at the center of one half of the chocolate egg. High-precision machines align the two halves, one containing the capsule and one without. The halves are joined using light pressure and a touch of heat, allowing the chocolate to act as a natural adhesive. This step ensures that the egg is completely sealed and that the surprise capsule is securely enclosed. Each Kinder Surprise egg then undergoes automatic and manual inspections to verify that the halves are properly aligned and the seal is flawless. Once approved, the eggs are ready for the packaging stage. Each Kinder Surprise egg is individually wrapped in a thin aluminum foil, specially designed to protect it from light and moisture while preserving the chocolate's freshness. The aluminum sheets are cut to precise sizes and applied by automatic machines, which wrap each egg and seal the foil using pressure and heat. Sensors and cameras check that every egg is correctly wrapped and that the design is clear and uniform. This ensures that Kinder Surprise eggs reach consumers in perfect condition with their signature attractive packaging, high-quality chocolate, and an exciting surprise inside. Next up, let's explore how cookies are made in a factory. The process begins with automated systems that carefully measure and feed ingredients into mixers to ensure consistency in every batch. This helps maintain the perfect texture and taste. Most factories use the wire-cutting method to shape cookies. The dough is pushed through a mold and then cut into even pieces with a sharp wire. This machine can cut up to 100 cookies per minute and operates without stopping the production line. Another method is the automatic dough extruder, which shapes cookies into different designs using special nozzles. Next, the cookies go into large industrial ovens that use precise temperature control and airflow systems to bake them evenly. After baking, they are carefully transferred to a cooling tower to set properly. Once cooled, the cookies go through quality control before being packed into trays, bags, or boxes using automated machines. And here we have an inside look at how canned crabs are made in a factory. Factories use a careful process to ensure they are fresh and safe to eat. First, fresh crabs are cleaned and cooked to bring out their flavor. Cooking the crabs before canning helps preserve their taste and texture. Once cooked, the crab meat is carefully removed from the shells by skilled workers or machines. The crab meat is then inspected for quality and cleaned again to remove any remaining shell pieces. Next, the meat is weighed and placed into cans. A small amount of water or brine is added to keep the crab moist and flavorful. The cans are sealed tightly to lock in freshness and prevent contamination. Finally, the cans are labeled, packed into boxes, and sent to stores. Factories produce thousands of canned crabs every day, making it easy for people to enjoy this delicious seafood anytime. In this factory, deli meat slices are carefully packaged to stay fresh and safe to eat. After the meat is sliced, it is arranged into portions, often separated by thin paper or plastic to prevent sticking. These portions are then placed into pre-cut plastic bags or trays. For longer freshness, the air is removed from the packaging and it is vacuum sealed. Some packages are filled with a small amount of gas, like nitrogen, to keep the meat from spoiling. Finally, labels with information like the type of meat, weight, and expiration date are added. The packaged slices are then boxed and sent to stores. Advanced machines process hundreds of eggs per minute, expertly separating the yolks from the whites with precision. Over 12 billion Choco pies have been sold globally, reflecting their immense popularity. The process of making Choco pie begins with preparing the soft, sponge-like cakes that form the base and top layers. A batter is mixed using flour, eggs, sugar, and other essential ingredients before being baked into perfectly uniform round cake pieces. The marshmallow filling, which gives Choco pie its signature softness, is prepared by whipping sugar, gelatin, and water into a fluffy consistency. This filling is carefully piped onto one of the cake layers. The second cake layer is then placed on top, forming a sandwich-like structure with marshmallow in the center. The next step involves coating the assembled cakes in a layer of rich chocolate. The chocolate is melted and evenly applied through an enrobing process, ensuring each Choco pie is completely covered. After coating, the pies are cooled to allow the chocolate to set, giving them their glossy appearance and firm exterior. Finally, the Choco pies undergo quality checks to ensure consistency in taste, texture, and appearance before being individually packaged. The ice cream cone is a standard in any ice cream store or stand. This tasty and crunchy treat is known as a way to cool down in the summer and makes an edible container for a cold snack. Ice cream cones have come a long way since their accidental invention in 1904 at the World's Fair. From basic wafers to intricate sugar cones, each one must be perfectly crispy, strong, and delicious. It all starts with a simple yet precise mixture. Flour, sugar, water, and a binding agent like soy lecithin are combined to create the perfect batter. Brown sugar is often added to give the cone extra sweetness and a richer flavor. The key to a great ice cream cone is consistency. The dough must maintain the perfect texture, so the mixture is cooled or heated to stay at exactly 17 degrees Celsius. A computerized system ensures that every batch is the same, regardless of outside temperature. Once the dough is mixed, it's poured into machines that shape the cones. A large hopper controls the amount of batter poured onto hot baking plates. These plates cook both sides at the same time, ensuring an even bake. After about 50 seconds, the wafer is cooked and ready for shaping. While still warm and flexible, they are quickly molded into the iconic cone shape. After the cones are shaped, they are cooled on conveyor belts to set their structure. This ensures they are strong enough to hold ice cream without breaking. Every cone must pass a quality check. They're tested for consistency and shape, thickness and durability to ensure they won't crumble under the weight of the ice cream. And here, let's explore the journey of making guacamole and how avocados are processed in factory. With over 10 million tons enjoyed globally each year, much of it in guacamole and avocado-based sauces. In the US, over 500,000 tons of these products are consumed annually, with nearly half imported from Mexico. Avocado cultivation thrives in regions with favorable climates such as Mexico, California, and South America. Trees are grown in well-drained soils with ample sunlight, proper irrigation, and pest control. Once ripe, avocados are carefully harvested by hand or machinery to preserve quality. After collection, the fruits are swiftly transported to processing plants, where advanced technology ensures efficiency and quality. Processing begins with cleaning and inspecting avocados for contaminants. Automated systems sort and grade fruits based on size and quality. Perfect fruits are packed for sale, while others are designated for guacamole production. High-quality avocados are ripened in chambers, peeled, pitted, and transformed into a smooth paste mixed with ingredients like onion, tomato, cilantro, lemon juice, and spices. Guacamole is vacuum-packed and sealed to ensure freshness and extended shelf life before being labeled and distributed to supermarkets. Innovations in processing and sustainability enhance efficiency while reducing waste. Bread production is a fascinating process where each loaf moves through a series of high-tech machines, all working together to ensure a perfect result. The process begins with loading the main ingredients, flour, water, yeast, and sugar, into large mixers. Each ingredient flows into the mixer in precise amounts to ensure consistency in the dough. Once inside the mixer, the ingredients are combined, forming a thick and elastic dough. This step is crucial for developing the bread's texture. Once fermented, the dough is transferred to a machine called the divider. This machine portions the dough into individual pieces, which will become individual loaves or buns. Next, the dough pieces move to the shaping station where they are molded into various forms. This machine ensures that each piece has the correct shape and size. After shaping the dough, enters a large industrial oven for baking. The oven is precisely temperature-controlled, allowing each loaf to bake evenly, resulting in a golden crust and a soft, airy interior. Inside the oven, the dough expands as it bakes, creating that irresistible fresh bread aroma. This stage gives the bread its structure and flavor. Once baked, the bread needs time to cool before packaging. Conveyor belts carry the freshly baked loaves through a cooling area, where they gradually return to room temperature. This step is essential as packaging. Warm bread could lead to condensation and affect its shelf life. Once cooled, the bread heads to the packaging stage. Here, a specialized machine wraps each loaf, preserving its freshness. These machines can pack up to 45 products per minute and can use different packaging methods, either sealing with heat or closing with clips. And here, let's take a look at the production of mango juice in this factory. It begins with sourcing ripe, high-quality mangoes from farms. Upon arrival at the factory, the mangoes are thoroughly washed to remove dirt and impurities. Next, the mangoes are peeled and de-seeded by hand or using automated machines. The extracted mango pulp is then passed through a pulping machine to ensure a smooth and consistent texture. The pulp is filtered to remove any remaining fibers or impurities. The filtered pulp is blended with water, sugar, and preservatives according to the desired juice recipe. Some factories may add natural flavor enhancers or vitamins to enrich the juice. Finally, the juice is poured into sterilized bottles, sealed, labeled, and packaged for distribution. This ensures a refreshing, safe product for consumers worldwide. M&M's is the world's favorite candy. In addition to being popular amongst children and adults alike, it's pretty amazing how much time and energy goes into making just one little piece of candy, and yet it's still so delicious. If you're a fan of M&M's candy, you'll enjoy this video that goes behind the scenes and shows you how 400 million M&M's are produced every day and the different ingredients that go into it and how it is made in the factory. Additionally, we will show the factory process used to create other different candies like Haribo and gummy worms. The process of making M&M's begins with the selection of high-quality ingredients, including cocoa beans, sugar, milk, and a variety of flavorings and colors. These ingredients are carefully measured and mixed in large industrial mixers to create the perfect chocolatey base for the candies. Once the chocolate mixture is ready, it is poured into small, round molds to create the iconic M&M shape. The molds are then cooled to allow the chocolate to harden and set properly. Once the chocolate shells are formed, they are removed from the molds and transferred to a coating machine. In the coating machine, the chocolate shells are coated with a colored candy shell that gives M&M's their signature crunch and vibrant colors. The shells are repeatedly coated with layers of colored candy to achieve the desired thickness and durability. After the candy shells have been coated, they are polished in a tumbling machine to give them a smooth and glossy finish. This step also helps to remove any imperfections and ensure a consistent appearance across all the candies. Once the candies are polished, they are sorted by color and size to ensure uniformity in each bag of M&M's. The candies are then packaged in bags or containers and prepared for distribution to stores around the world. Throughout the entire production process, quality control measures are in place to ensure that every M&M's meets the brand's strict standards for taste, texture, and appearance. This attention to detail and commitment to quality is what has made M&M's a beloved treat for generations. They are known for their iconic red and yellow packages, which are designed to look like the iconic M. The brand also has many other flavors available, such as green, orange, purple, and more. On an average day, the M&M's factories produces over 400 million of colorful chocolate candies. The exact number may change based on factors like production capacity and demand. However, it is estimated that millions of M&M's are made each day to supply the global market. This high volume of production requires precision machinery, skilled workers, and strict quality control measures to ensure that every M&M's candy meets the company's standards. From summer barbecues through bonfire night, hot dogs will never go out of style. From German origin, it has become internationally popular, especially in the United States. Hot dog manufacturing is a multi-step process that starts with the selection of premium ingredients and ends with packaging the finished product for delivery. The first step in making hot dogs is selecting the meat. The majority of hot dogs are composed of a blend of beef, chicken, or pig. Usually, the high fat content of the meat used to make hot dogs contributes to their juicy and flavorful taste. Once the meat is selected, it is ground up and mixed with different herbs and spices to create the signature flavor of the hot dog. Seasonings including garlic, paprika, coriander, salt, and pepper. In order to extend the hot dog's shelf life, some manufacturers additionally include preservatives and curing chemicals. After the meat is seasoned, it is stuffed into casings, which are usually composed of synthetic materials or natural animal intestines. The casings keep the meat mixture together while cooking and help give hot dogs shape. Once the hot dogs are formed, they are cooked in a smokehouse to give them their signature smoky flavor. The hot dogs have a rich, savory flavor because they are usually smoked using a mix of wood chips and liquid smoke. After cooking, the hot dogs are cooled and then packaged for distribution. There are several ways to package hot dogs, such as vacuum-sealed bags, jars, or cans. Additionally, some producers wrap each hot dog in a single plastic wrapper to make consuming them on the run simple. Before the hot dogs are shipped out to stores, they go through a number of quality control inspections to ensure that they meet safety and quality standards. This can involve looking for pollutants or extraneous objects in the hot dogs, as well as testing for pathogens like Salmonella and E. coli. In addition to traditional hot dogs, some manufacturers also produce a variety of specialty hot dogs, such as turkey dogs, veggie dogs, and gourmet hot dogs with unique flavor combinations. These specialty hot dogs are made using similar processes to the traditional ones, but may include different ingredients and seasonings to cater to specific dietary preferences. The factory has the capacity to produce 5,000 hot dogs per day, supplying local restaurants with 250 hot dogs daily when in operation, and the factory operates 300 days a year. Few foods have achieved the iconic status of Nutella, a velvety chocolate hazelnut spread that has captured the hearts of millions around the world. The process of making Nutella begins with the extraction of cocoa powder from cocoa beans, which are harvested from cocoa trees in West Africa and left to dry for about 10 days. Typically, cocoa beans contain approximately 50% cocoa butter. To reduce the beans into a liquid form, they are roasted, and the cocoa butter is often extracted for use in other chocolate products. The next key ingredient is hazelnuts, which are inspected to ensure they meet high-quality standards. The hazelnuts used in Nutella come from orchards primarily found in Mediterranean climates and various parts of the world, including Turkey, Italy, Chile, and the USA. Turkey's Black Sea region is the world's largest producer of hazelnuts. The hazelnut harvest takes place between the beginning of August and the end of September. To ensure a consistent supply of fresh and quality hazelnuts, cultivation also occurs in countries in the Southern Hemisphere, providing an additional harvest between February and March. Once roasted, the hazelnuts are combined with pure cocoa powder, skimmed milk, and sugar. These ingredients are blended into a smooth paste and prepared for packaging. According to the company, approximately 50 hazelnuts can be found in each jar of Nutella. This ensures that every jar is uniform in both look and taste. The journey of canned peaches begins in the orchard, where peaches are carefully hand-picked at the peak of ripeness. The timing is crucial to ensure that only the sweetest, juiciest peaches make their way into the canning process. Once harvested, the peaches are immediately transported to the factory to maintain freshness and prevent spoilage. Upon arrival at the factory, the peaches are thoroughly washed to remove any dirt or pesticides. The cleaning process involves a series of water jets and soft brushes, ensuring that every peach is spotless. After cleaning, the peaches are sorted by size and quality. Only the best peaches free from bruises or blemishes continue on to the canning process. Next, the peaches are peeled. In most factories, this is done using a combination of hot water or steam, which loosens the skin for easy removal without damaging the fruit. Once peeled, the peaches are pitted. After pitting, the peaches are sliced or halved. The pieces are carefully measured to ensure uniformity in each can. Meanwhile, a sweet syrup made from sugar and water is prepared. This syrup helps preserve the peaches and enhances their natural sweetness during storage. Now it's time to fill the cans. The peach slices are placed into the cans and the syrup is poured in until each can is filled to the perfect level. The cans are then sealed tightly, with lids ensuring that no air can enter and spoil the peaches. To make sure the peaches are safe to eat for months or even years, the sealed cans are heated in large pressure cookers. This process, called sterilization, kills any bacteria or microorganisms that could cause spoilage. The cans are heated to a precise temperature and pressure for a set amount of time, preserving the peaches without the need for any artificial preservatives. After sterilization, the cans are cooled down and sent to the labeling area. Each can is carefully labeled with information about the product, such as its weight and the type of syrup used. Finally, the labeled cans are packed into boxes and prepared for distribution. These cans will soon be on their way to grocery stores, ready for customers to enjoy. Haribo candies are produced in factories using a combination of traditional methods and modern technology. The process begins with the careful selection of ingredients, such as sugar, gelatin, glucose syrup, flavorings, and food colorings. Once the ingredients are gathered, they are mixed together in large vats to create the candy mixture. The mixture is then heated to a precise temperature to ensure it reaches the correct consistency. Different flavors and colors are added at this stage to create the variety of Haribo candies available on the market. The next step in the process is shaping the candies. The warm candy mixture is poured into molds that give the candies their iconic shapes, such as bears, worms, or rings. The molds are carefully designed to ensure each candy is uniform in size and shape. After the candies have been shaped, they are cooled and allowed to set. This process can take several hours, depending on the type of candy being produced. Once the candies have set, they are removed from the molds and sent to the packaging area. In the packaging area, the candies are sorted and packaged into the familiar bags or boxes. The packaging is designed to keep the candies fresh and protect them during transportation. Labels are added to the packaging to provide important information, such as ingredients, expiration dates, and nutritional content. Quality control is a crucial part of the manufacturing process at Haribo factories. Samples of candies are regularly taken from the production line and tested to ensure they meet the company's high standards. The journey of making 7-Up begins with the main ingredients: carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, and natural lemon-lime flavors. These are carefully blended to create the base syrup. The mixture is then precisely carbonated, giving 7-Up its signature fizz. Next, the carbonated syrup is piped into a filling machine that dispenses the perfect amount of soda into each bottle or can. Every bottle and can is capped and sealed to lock in the carbonation, keeping the soda fresh and fizzy. Throughout the process, rigorous quality control tests ensure that every can meets 7-Up's high standards. Once checked, the bottles and cans are labeled and packed for distribution, ready to be shipped to stores worldwide. From factory to your fridge, that's how every can of 7-Up is made. Crisp, refreshing, and always ready to quench your thirst. Lettuce is a low-calorie, nutrient-rich vegetable packed with vitamins A, C, and K, as well as folate and fiber. It supports healthy digestion, boosts hydration due to its high water content, and promotes heart health. Its antioxidants help combat inflammation, making it a refreshing and nutritious addition to any meal. Bread production begins with high-quality ingredients. Factories source the finest flour, water, salt, and yeast. Some breads may also contain oil or other seasonings depending on the variety being made. Next, the ingredients are mixed together in large industrial mixers. Water and flour are combined with yeast and salt to form a smooth dough. Once the dough reaches the perfect consistency, it's divided into individual portions. These portions are then shaped into flat discs. Factories use specialized equipment to ensure each piece of dough is the same size and thickness for uniform baking. The dough is then sent to proofing chambers where it rests and rises slightly. Bread is baked on hot conveyor belts or stone ovens. The heat causes the dough to puff up, creating the signature air pockets inside. Each one spends just a few minutes in the oven baking to a soft, golden perfection. Some breads are cooked until slightly crispy depending on the desired style. 1.6 billion liters of milk are consumed worldwide every day, thanks to 260 million dairy cows. To meet this massive demand, factories use advanced machines that transform liquid milk into powder. But how is this done? And what makes powdered milk so important? The idea of turning milk into powder was first introduced in 1802 by French scientist François, primarily as a way to feed soldiers during wartime. Milk powder was easy to carry, didn't spoil, and could be used as a nutritious food source. Today, the United States produces more than 79 billion liters of milk each year, which averages to 87 liters of milk per person per year. This milk comes from over 60,000 dairy farms, supported by around 9 million cows, bred specifically for milk production. Modern dairy farms have adopted advanced technologies to improve efficiency. A single farmer can hand milk about 6 cows per hour, but with the help of milking machines, up to 100 cows can be milked in the same amount of time. This technological improvement not only makes the milking process faster, but also enhances the quality of milk. On larger farms, cows are milked in rotary carousels or milking parlors, where up to 80 cows can be milked at once. The milking machine uses a cup that adapts to the cow's udder, mimicking the effect of a human hand by applying a gentle suction and massage. This action encourages the cow to release milk. As the milk is collected in a container, a vacuum pump helps transfer it through a hose and into a storage tank. The milk is carefully analyzed during the process to ensure it is of high quality. For example, if the milk is too hot or contains blood, it is discarded automatically. After the milk is collected and passed quality checks, it is stored in refrigerated tanks at a temperature of 3 degrees Celsius to keep it fresh. The milk is then transported from the farm to the processing plant in refrigerated trucks. Once it arrives, the milk undergoes further inspection in a laboratory, where its fat and salt content are checked to ensure they meet required standards. If the milk is accepted, it is pumped into large storage tanks that can hold millions of liters. However, the milk still contains too much fat for most people's diets, so the next step is to separate it. Raw milk contains various solids, such as fat, proteins, and minerals, all suspended in liquid. To separate these solids, the milk is sent through a centrifuge, a machine that spins the milk rapidly to separate the lighter milk from the heavier solids. The heavier skimmed milk moves toward the outside, while the cream collects in the center. This process allows for the production of skimmed milk, which is then used to make powdered milk. Even after separation, the milk still needs to be pasteurized to remove harmful bacteria and ensure it is safe for consumption. Pasteurization involves heating the milk to about 72 degrees Celsius for a set period, killing harmful bacteria without changing the milk's taste or nutritional content. After pasteurization, the milk is cooled quickly to maintain its quality. This process takes less than 40 seconds and kills up to 99% of bacteria present in the milk. The next step is concentration, where the water content is reduced and the milk solids become more concentrated. This is done by introducing the milk into an evaporator, a device designed to remove water by turning it into steam. The evaporator works by using heat to turn the water in the milk into steam, which is then separated. The milk is pumped through several towers, where it is heated and concentrated. This process is repeated multiple times until most of the water has been removed. The remaining concentrated milk is then cooled, packaged, and stored in tanks. Once the milk has been concentrated, it is ready to be made into powder. The concentrated milk is cooled to prevent moisture from forming and causing clumping. It is then packaged into airtight containers, such as sealed cans, to protect it from moisture and contamination. This packaging is crucial for ensuring the powder remains fresh and easy to store. The entire process of turning fresh milk into powder is an intricate and carefully controlled operation, but it is essential to ensure the milk remains safe, fresh, and ready for consumption. The production of powdered milk is an important part of the dairy industry. With the use of advanced technology and rigorous quality control processes, factories can efficiently turn fresh milk into a stable, long-lasting product. This process allows milk to be transported easily, stored without refrigeration, and enjoyed by people around the world. The journey of hazelnuts begins in the orchard, where it harvested from mature trees. Once collected, the nuts are cleaned and sorted to remove leaves and dirt. At the factory, the first step is thorough cleaning. Machines remove the outer husk and any remaining impurities. Advanced sorting equipment ensures that only the highest quality hazelnuts move forward in the process. Next, the hazelnuts are dried to reduce moisture and extend shelf life. Once dried, the nuts are cracked open to extract the edible kernel inside. After cracking, the hazelnuts can be roasted for enhanced flavor. Whether for snacking or use in products like chocolate spreads, the roasting process adds depth to the flavor. Once roasted or processed, the hazelnuts are packaged in various forms, from whole kernels to ground flour. Quality control is paramount. Every batch is inspected for size, texture, and flavor consistency.